How is everybody doing today? Want to come and talk about some things that I've been seeing and researching on through my own personal experience. And today, I want to talk about personal education should be on your mind or your economy mindset is educating yourself personally. So, according to data from the National Center for Education and Statistics, approximately 36% of adults aged 25 and older in the U.S. only have a high school diploma or have not completed high school. This was done in 2021, I think. I really want to push this to the youth, really want to push education and development to the youth because we have to increase this number. 36% out of all the adults in the US, like 25 and old, that's really low. We got to increase that number. And when you don't get to the high school diploma level, you're almost asking, or by default, you're not going to be able to demand a certain amount of money when you get in the job market. Telling you from experience, I've been there. I didn't go back to school until my late 20s, and I just worked regular jobs with a high school diploma, and I couldn't get past a certain amount. And when you start getting into your 20s, you're going to find out that it's not enough to live on your own and sustain properly, especially now in 2024 with inflation and everything. And I'll tell you something, that if the prices always go up, they never go back. I've seen it happen a couple times in my lifespan at 41. When prices go up, they never go back. I remember when bread at Walmart wasn't even a dollar. I remember it used to be like 75 cents or something like that. Now it's almost like a dollar something. You'll never see bread go back to under a dollar. Ever. Probably ever. Gas. I remember when I was in high school, gas was like 99 cents. I think what, 10th grade, something like that. Now it's almost $3. It'll probably be five here pretty soon. Who knows? Five something, but it's not gonna go back. The prices always go up. It's just how the economy works. It's just how the world works. No one person is gonna change the price. I don't care what they say. They can sell you a dream. You can buy those magic beans and see if a bean start grow. I'm telling you from experience that prices never go back. If you don't get some kind of post education and just stay at the high school diploma level, you're gonna be stuck in that minimum wage to probably about 30 something, about 32, 35, something like that. Now, used to be a time where you could work a job and you can work your way up with time, loyalty, and experience. But as we're seeing, layoff rates are getting higher. Companies are struggling to make recurring income, make money based on the economy because people are hurting. If you live in any metro city area, I know for me, I see a lot of businesses closing early. Like gas stations are closing early. Some restaurants are closing early. Even grocery stores are closing at like 9 or 10 because people are not buying things as they used to. They're not in the store a lot like they used to. So a lot of times around 10 o'clock, a lot of the stuff is just pretty much closed. It's a blackout. Everything's closed. Only certain places are open. I think even Walmart close at like 11 or something like that, 10 or 11. They don't stay open late. And they used to stay open 24 hours. But no, that's it. They don't stay open 24 hours now. So when people are saying that the economy's still doing good, I beg to differ because there are a lot of places that are taking hits because people are not spending the money like they used to because they're buying the necessities, if they can even get all of those. And when you do not go past the high school level of education, you're almost going to have to make choices on what you can buy and what you can't buy. You almost have to go without some things or extra things because it's just not in the scope of your budget. When you have to choose between food or tissue, when you have to choose between food or cleaning items, which one are you going to choose? Everybody's mentality is different, but choices have to be made. And sometimes there are tough choices. So, of that 30%, about 10 or 11% of adults have not completed high school. I have to stress this, please complete your high school education. Please be patient, trust the process, get to that level, graduate, and complete your high school diploma. Because if you complete your high school diploma, you don't have to go through the rigorous process of getting a GED. A lot of people make it seem like getting a GED is easy, but from people that I've heard secondhand knowledge, it ain't as easy as you think. Then if you just kind of just go ahead and go through the process of doing the 12 years of education, high school, and just get your diploma, graduate and get your diploma, it's a little bit different when you have to do those night classes and GED classes. It ain't the same from what I've heard secondhand. Don't be in that 10 or 11%. Get your high school diploma. Go and get so you can go to the next level in your personal development in education. The thing about when you graduate high school is everything that you've learned or things that you did is going to show once you become an adult. People always say, I want to be grown. I can't wait to be on my own. Well, when you graduate high school and you're not in the educational system anymore, everything is your choice at that point. Is your choices and decisions will determine where you are year by year. Your improvement will show based on your choices and decisions. What you're doing will be based on your choices and decisions. You choose to do the wrong things, you choose to play those crazy games, you're going to be in crazy situations. Don't be in that 10 or 11% of adults that have not completed high school. Trust the process and complete high school. And I know this probably ain't going to go viral. I'm not tripping. I would rather push this insight out to somebody who wants to hear it because I'm telling you, the times we're living in, if you do not educate yourself, you're going to find yourself in some tough spots. I'm telling you from experience. Now, in the U.S., about 65 to 70% of high school graduates enroll in some form of post-secondary education, community college, university, or vocational school right after high school. However, not all of them complete a degree. Somehow, some way, Somehow we have fooled ourselves to think that we don't need education, or to think that we don't need it, we don't have to finish it. We can do it later. We can push it to the side. And I'm telling you, while you're young and you have the energy and the time, is to complete it. Don't do a gap year, because in that gap year anything could happen that could put a setback in front of you, and that gap year could turn into 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You have to be so efficient with your time when you get out of high school. That's when the adult clock starts. And if you want to live a life to where you're able to pay your bills, have money left over to save, and do things with your family, if you want to build a family, you have to, living in the inner city, we don't have an inheritance given to us. We don't have an abundance of information about the different career fields. You have to put in the work for your personal development. You have to. And that's what I'm pushing to my youth. You have to put in the work for your personal development. Nothing will be given to you. You have to go get it. If you don't know, you have to find out. The I don't know answer won't last for a long time when you become an adult. If you don't know, you're going to have to learn and find out. And like I said in the last one, some things that you don't need to know, it's not going to benefit you to know. You got to find out what information benefits me to know. What information that it doesn't matter. It's just pure entertainment, but it's not going to help me develop as a person. You have to make those kind of decisions. So with that being said, let me know in the comments what you think so far. Next slide. Roughly 30 to 35% of high school graduates do not pursue any post-secondary education immediately after high school. I am in this percentage myself. I did not pursue any post-secondary education. So for me, I remember when I graduated, I wanted to be a massage therapist, a masseuse. I did. But when I went and looked up how much it costs, I think it was like $3,500. I didn't understand how financial aid worked. I didn't understand how to finance that kind of education and work at the same time. I just didn't. I couldn't wrap my head around it. And this is the important part I really want to stress to the kids. Get with somebody that's older than you, or that is in that field that you're in, so they can help you kind of wrap your head around why it is important to further your education in a specialized career field, so your value can increase as you get older, instead of being stagnated and you just going linear. Instead of going up, you just going linear, lateral. You want to go up. You want to go north, not east and west. You want to go north. And a lot of times that happens. You don't get that, start that post secondary education, and you get a job and you can't move up. You only can move lateral. You get a job making 35. You've been there for 2 years. You try to upgrade or move to another position, and you may get a job making like 36 or 37. You can't break in the 40s. You can't break in the 50s. But we have to change that in our community. We should want our kids to start their post education and break past that $40,000 and $50,000 mark by the time they reach their late 20s. And it can be done, but you have to put in the work on the front end in order to get the reward on the back end. So of those who pursue post-secondary education, only around 60% complete a degree within 6 years at a 4-year institution. The completion rate at a 2-year institution or community college is lower, with only around 30% finishing within 3 years. This is what I found when I was going to college, probably including me and a lot of other people. Sometimes people, it's a mentality, in my opinion anyway, it's a mentality thing, right? Some people get burned out. Some people, the pattern of college is a pattern. You're energized when it first starts. In the middle, you're kind of tired. And toward the end, semester exams, midterms, you start getting burned out. Some people get stressed out. They go through the same pattern. For me, when I learn a pattern, I try to be more efficient at the pattern. But the mindset is you have to trust the process that I'm going to finish out this educational path and I'm not going to stop. I went to the 2-year college and I finished, and for some reason I stopped. One reason I stopped, I know why, and I think about it is I got an associate of science and I should have did all of my core classes at Pulaski Tech, but I didn't. And that's what I would tell to you. If you do not know what you want to major in, but you want to get a post education, go to Pulaski Tech, a 2-year college where the classes are cheaper. Take all of your core classes, the English, the communication, the science, get all of that done. So when you transfer to a 4-year college, you will have your core classes out of the way and you're just doing your major classes at that point. Will save you so much time. So when I say a degree within 6 years at 4-year institution, I see that. Sometimes when you go to a 4-year college, some people get caught up in the lifestyle, they get caught up in the freedom, and not get caught up in staying on point. I made a reel on it. You gotta stay on point. Once you go to a college, you have to stay on point with your financial aid, how you manage that. You got to stay on point with your classes and your major. If you can stick to that major, don't just pick a major just because. Really sit down and think about what fits you, what builds around your talent, and you have to trust the process and stick to that degree plan. Changing majors, it happens a lot, will set you back. But finding one and just sticking with it and taking those classes day by day, semester by semester, next thing you know, you're done. I am about to graduate at 41 in December, and I think I started in 20. Was it 2020? I think. Yeah, 2020, something like that. Right, a little bit during COVID or whatever, but I had to trust the process. Was not easy. You have to understand the sacrifice that you're gonna have to make. Everybody else may be having fun, but you're putting in the work on the front end. There'll be times that you have to lower your lifestyle in order to get ahead and to have money to maintain. There'll be times where you have homework that you have to get done and you don't feel like it. That happens. There'll be time when life things happen while you're trying to educate yourself, and you have to figure out, how do I prioritize? How do I still handle that and handle this at the same time? But it can be done. It can. I'm telling you, at 41, it can be done. I'm telling you, as a father, as a husband, as a father of 2 kids, a guy that does stuff in the church, and I work full time, and go to school 3 classes a semester. It can be done. You just have to be willing, and it's how bad do you want it?
Am I right?
How bad do you want it? Because in this world, nothing's gonna be given to you, I promise you. You gotta go get it. And I can't tell you how many times I got to the door of a job that was pretty nice and I would get turned down because of my education wasn't where it needed to be. But that's gonna change in December. I think it was December the 14th. That's gonna change because I'm gonna have it. And I'm not gonna stop just at the 4-year degree. I'm going to take it to the next level and get a graduate degree. And by the grace of God, take this LSAT test and try to get this JD degree as well. Don't discount yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't slack on your personal development. Be wise, be smart, make it happen, and execute. This is Mike. I just want to come by and talk about this for a minute. Appreciate everybody for coming. Appreciate everybody for watching this later. Post-education economy. Everybody's not famous. Everybody's not a celebrity, but everybody can work on their personal development. This is Mike. I'm signing out. Thanks for watching.